What's up, everybody? All right, so we're back. It's been a couple weeks since we recorded. Let's be real. It's like been a month. You've been watching the back stock. All right, so today's kind of a big day, right? So we have a lot of things that we're going to try to accomplish. We got to go get a U-Haul so that we can move a bunch of stuff. The shop got a storage unit because we have too much shit. We have a lot of things that we know we'll need when we do eventually expand, and or things that we need later on for building and all sorts of stuff. So what I'm hoping to do is A, clear up a lot of clutter that's been taking up so much space in this shop, just ridiculous amounts of space. B, get rid of some of these brown tables that are the original starting tables, put them also in storage. Not all of them, but probably 4 of them, which will open up more space. We'll show you that later. And then, just make sure all of the general clutter that doesn't need to be sitting here on a day-to-day basis, that doesn't get used a lot actively, get it to a storage unit that is, like, honestly, it's like a block and a half away from us. So it will be convenient if we need wood or something. I could just, jet down there, grab it, come back. It's super easy, super dope. All right, so some other things to be excited about. The shop, one of the biggest reasons why we're doing that is the shop went and purchased all new chairs. These are the first 4 out of 36 that are coming in. Really nice. We got them reupholstered to black. Those should be in sometime this week. That's sick, but the other problem is we also have Green Stuff World coming in from across the pond. We also have Iwata coming in finally with their display. Let's not talk about that, but we have been dipping that toe into the airbrush world, and it's been really, been received very well, so people really love it. So I'm glad we've been able to do that. But as you guys all know, with that comes the classic tried and tradition here of reorganizing things. So that means this has to change. All of this right here has to move. All of this has to move. That means the wall that's behind here that you guys saw me build needs to move also. So we have a design in mind. We think we know what we're going to do with it. If you come through here, I'll do a sweeping shot for you. You can see some of the changes that have been done off camera to keep up with, inventory coming in. There's just a lot, right? There's just a lot, and we're adding to it and trying to add to it as best we can. We have rules that we have to follow, right? ADA, the whole 9. We need to make it look presentable for everyone, right? That's another big deal. We need to make sure it looks good because there's got to be flow, got to be function. You got to be able to find your stuff. And right now we kind of have it zoned out and sectioned, but since we don't have a lot of room, it's not actually zones or actually sections. I need to keep this fucking thing next to me. So what we're going to be doing is just kind of rearranging everything here. We think this area is going to turn into a W, basically, with a space to walk here. We're going to see. We're going to meet someone new in the shop, Jay. He's a decade-long friend of mine. He's been helping out here in the shop, and he's coming on to be, a worker? Jesus, it's weird to say. Anyways, you're going to meet Jay today. Super dope guy. So all of this needs to get rearranged, right? So we need all new areas. We need new ideas. So it's going to be a crazy day. So with that being said, there's a couple other projects that we're going to try and get done too. Oh, all right. Doesn't end. So the other idea we're having, and I know this is going to be fucking nuts. All right. This one to me was one of the crazy ones they brought to my attention and thought, hey, Doug, what do you think about this? See these right here? Both of them? They're not really used for the 40K terrain, right? They've been empty for about 3 months, right? That one has some terrain, but let's just be real. Half of that terrain is outdated anyways already, so we could get rid of it. So here's the idea. All of this upper space right here, right? Where the sleeves sit, there's a 2x4 that supports this half wall that is attached to this wall. The idea that I had, because they wanted to put product over there, and I was like, I thought about it. It seemed like a good idea initially, but then I realized the moment we get into our busy Friday night magics and you're, you're playing, right? right here. And you're seated. And somebody's mom wants to grab the item that's right here. And this is play space. Not good. Okay, so that led me to think, well, hold up. It's a good idea, right? It's a great idea. Wonderful idea. Loved it. Bad location, right? But we have this space. We like having it open so that we could see what's going on from a security point of view, obviously. But that was one of the biggest reasons that I didn't want a wall between me and all of the customers. Security is probably one of the biggest reasons. But here's the other thing. It really felt like we could interact with the customer base when they're looking at something, and I could just lean over the counter. So I'm gonna lose one of those pieces, but I will be able to see through because we're gonna keep it hollow on the back so we can see through and see if anybody needs anything. But we're gonna stack them up here and see how that works. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get to that one today, but it's a great idea. I really like it. We can put sleeves there. There's a bunch of stuff we can do with that. Another reason why we had to get the storage unit was this. Where we got those new magic chairs, we also found like 20 goodly used, nice 400-pound plus office chairs. They are very comfortable, let me tell you. Super comfy. D&D room people love it. But problem is now, we have all of this that needs to go into storage. We have acquired now like 5 folding tables. Those need to go in storage. That needs to go in storage. All of the extra paint and everything that's down there needs to go into storage. Tools need to stay. But as you can see, there's a lot of stuff that we could just throw over there. Those extra D&D 40K tables that aren't going to go up on the wall yet, those need to go. Spare shelving needs to go. So having the extra space really close by will help clean up a lot of the problems in the shop. So now, reason why we need to get rid of the brown tables. Okay. When these brown tables are down, right, it gives us just barely ADA. With the brown tables gone, with a normal 6-foot black table, at least up to there, that gives 2 solutions to 2 problems that I've had so far with this layout. 1, people like to stand here and look at people playing, and that makes it impossible for people to look at paints at all. We've seen it. 2, we need enough room when we redesign for the idea we have for ADA to still exist, and that will happen if we push back the shelf over there and make it just 6-inch hooks that are allowed on the wall there. Pull the shelf out, that gives us ADA to make this much more space. Long story long, there's a lot of work to be done today. I'm here early. It's taken about 10 minutes, and I think I've knocked it out of the park. Honestly, unscripted, probably one of my best intros I've ever done. Let's get to it.
Hey, I got a mind of an activist, but a knife over night think I'm mastered it. I got a mind that is sorta like a labyrinth, so I'm amazed when I pick up and I grab a pen. I know I'm battling average, gotta be great in everything that I dabble in. Only time that I'm playing is when I'm traveling. The way I carry the ball is like I'm trapping. Okay, you get it.
I lift things up and put them down.
I don't just do this to say that I did it. This was a gift and I'm filled with the spirit. I do not care about facades. Take my problems, I give them to God. I stayed down, never switched up. I just switched lanes and it's picked up. They were shooting all these shots at me and I thank God that they missed us. I'm still the same, I ain't changed. Ain't nothing changed, we're the same ones.
Up we go.
And when the game ends, we're the same ones.
We were totally gonna start recording right off the bat, but it looks like somebody's out of the storage place puking, so we're gonna wait. My new home. Oh.
shots at me, and I thank God that they missed us. I'm still the same, I ain't changed.
Look at this. Amazingly stacked. You know, nothing's gonna fall, right, Jay? Like, we don't need these chairs. They're going into storage. Last of the original tables need to go in. And then get them in this big old storage unit.
I'm sure nothing will go wrong.
He had to fucking say it? Yeah. No, hold the